Hello, folks. So, my name is Al Prajapati. Welcome back to Salesforce Helping Hand channel. Today, I'm going to discuss some important question and answer on Salesforce CPQ. That is something related to the package settings. While we are installing and configure the Salesforce CPQ package, so we have couple of settings there which we can enable and disable, right? And we have to configure at the time of installations, right? So interviewer can ask you a couple of questions related to that setting. Then how can you understand that? So today I'm going to share my screen and let you explain each and every topic from there. Let me share my screen. Okay, now go to the Salesforce. Yeah. So see, when you have installed the Salesforce CPQ package, then you see this couple of settings there, right? So what you have to do, you have to click on configure. It will redirect to you the direct package settings level page, right? So there you can see the multiple settings. It's just taking a time. Yeah. So interviewer can ask you, I'm not going to explain you each and every part, but I'm just going to give you the idea how interviewer can ask the questions and how you can understand this question is coming from the package settings, right? So they can ask you on how we can configure the document attachment, right? So they can simply ask you, I have a this quoting and all these things, where I can attach this target, right? So as you see, this is the attachment target, and you will get the three options there: document only, quote, and opportunity. So if you want to document a object along with the opportunity, you can select the opportunity. If you want to document only, you can keep the document only. So from here, you can give the answer to them, right? So we have the three options: document only, quote, and opportunity. Now the next questions they can ask you, uh, basically what are the document folder and on which object we can use it. So as you see, we have the user personal document, quote, Salesforce CPQ asset, and Steelbrick CPQ template resource. So these all document folder we have, where we can store the document in our Salesforce org. So this is something they can ask the question from here. And now the question is enable multi-language translations. This is very important. So one interviewer asked me the questions related to this setting. So they are having the requirement. Let's say they have a system, and there are some users from the India, and some users are from the let's say US, or let's say Japan. So in simple term, if you see, so English is a common language, but in some country they are preferred to use their language. Let's say in China, so they use the Chinese, right? And in Russia they use the Russian language, and in France they use the French, right? So in that scenario, how will when user click on line editor, so how will be able to see all kind of configurations in the their supporting language? So what you have to do for it, how you can configure? They asked me this question. So the answer was is, first of all, you have to enable the multi-language translation, right? So as you can see, it's allow translation in quote line editor, product selections, configurator, and output document. So in these area, as per the user language selected on their page, it can allow and check, okay, this is from French, so just converting into the French language, right? Or this is from the India, just convert into the Hindi, or let's say in English, right? So because in India we use the English language mostly. So these three questions can be asked from the document part. Now let's go to the group. Okay, so sometime they can ask you how we can make the group name require, right? So while you are adding the group on line editor, they can ask you how we can make the require this. So while user is going to add the group, so I want to restrict it to them to require the group name. Otherwise, they will not able to add the group, right? So that is something we have here. We have to check this checkbox, right? So if you see, select checkbox to require the group name and enter on the edit line page. This is the only one question they ask me. You can also explore the some other settings, but I'm going to tell you my experience, because I face more than 20 interviews 10 to 15 around in Salesforce CPQ. So that's what I'm going to tell you the experience, right? Now, the next question they ask me, I want to user to make sales user to make him enable the he can able to delete the multiple line items at the same time, right? So he will be able to select like this all check boxes, and he will be able to click on delete button. So all line items should be deleted at once. He don't want to go again and again, right? So that is the one question they asked me. The next question was, they ask me how you can make the visualize product hierarchy. What do you understand by it? So to select this checkbox, independent component of product bundle including the nested bundle, so it can be supported to the nested bundle, right? You cannot directly support it to the nested bundle into the Salesforce CPQ. And in terms of batch size, when you are performing any kind of DML, so it define the what kind of batch size you can set here, right? And the next term is on the product configurator initializer. That is not important questions. No, I think that's all about this part. So yeah, so the next question they can ask you, how can you take the total fields? I mean, there are multiple fields, right? There are target customer account, additional discount, total customer discount amount, customer amount, list amount, net amount. So which field you want to keep for the total fields, right? So let's see. Select the fields to sum and display as a line editor total, right? So the next is line subeditor total. So this is also same. So subline, subtotal, load total fields, and total fields. So these two fields is very important. Now, this is something hide renewed asset when editing. So why is it? In sub-business scenario, they can ask you, how can I hide the renewed asset, right? Whenever user is going to make the changes on line editor. So what is the way to achieve this? So this is something we can use the hide renew asset when editing, right? So let's go to the next setting, which is plugins. So here can not much many questions can come, but yeah, so there are a few questions can come on this topic. They can ask you basically what is the QCP, right? So this is something code calculator plugin. So these plugins are nothing but these plugins are used to call your JavaScript, which you have write in the custom script, right? So you have write some custom script for it, let's say on code calculator plugin. So it is something which is always execute on the calculation part. You are making some discounting, you are adding some, amount or something, you are adding some products. So while you click hit on the calculator button or you click on quick save button, so calculation will happen. Then this plugin will be going to execute and it will process the your logic as you have write in custom script, right? And there are so many, right? So there is billing plugin, so you can having some billing third party applications which you can pass at the billing plugins, or sometime you are using the document store plugin, right? So you have some third party applications where you are storing your documentations, right? So that's what you can also use. And the important is here product search plugin. So sometime you also using some custom plugins for the product search part, right? And electronic signature plugins, so that is also important, because whenever we need to send the code, let's say it's what it's called template to the client for the signature part. So in that scenario, electronic signatures are required. And why it is so? Because we are going to use the third party applications, because Salesforce CPQ does not support any electronic signature plugin functionality. So you have to take the third party application, let's say DocuSign or Conga CLM. So that electronic signature plugins you have to pass here their ID and something, right? And then you will be able to call the from the system, and user can easily use their electronic digital signature plugins, right? And the features. So this is something about this. Now go to the pricing and calculation, right? So there are multiple things. So you they can ask you the questions let's say I have at the 10 products, and those 10 product has a different amount. How can I calculate it immediately? I don't want to wait for quick save and something. It should be automated, and whenever user adding the product, so it should add the calculation. It should not wait for the quick save and save, right? So to check this checkbox, that will be, or that, if you see this, right, enable real-time calculation on the edit lines page. Calculation occur when any fields values getting changed. Did you got this? So if you apply any discount, or you are adding any fields, or you are adding subscription terms, you are adding the changes on date, start date and end date, so immediately this calculation will happen there, and it will show the exact value on the UI, right? So unit price sale is what kind of round off you can keep it to, and symbol you can also keep currency symbol, what currency symbol you want to keep. And the other questions they can ask is use legacy calculator. So what is it? Select checkbox to use a legacy code calculator. So one of the interviewer asked me what is the use of legacy calculator, so you can explain it in more details. You can read about it, what is the legacy calculator, right? The next questions was they ask me not from here, but yeah, from the this part. So while you are configuring, so they have the requirement. Basically, they want to set, the business want to set the renewal model is on contract based, right? So there are two types of asset based and contract based. So they asked me how can I set it contract based. So the answer was is from the package settings, just go to the subscription and renewal and select the contract based. Then it will work as per the contract, right? So renewal model will be work as per the contract. Now the next question they ask me, how can I set the subscription term unit? Because Salesforce CPQ provided in multiple ways, so they want to set it for the year as per their question. Sorry, as per the day. So we have the two option here. Either we can take it month, or either we can take it day, right? So let's say we are taking it day. Now the next questions they ask me, how can I disable the ad subscription? So just check this checkbox. You can disable this, right? And they can also ask you how can I reevaluate the bundle logic and on renewals, right? So that is something you can just using these check boxes, and you can do that. So that is much questions on this part. Now let's go to the court. So basically there are a couple of questions, right? Disable initial code sync. So it is out of box for provided by the Salesforce CPQ, but business don't want, right? So whenever code is getting created and anything is getting update, so let's say select checkbox to prevent default behavior of adding the standalone opportunity product line item on the opportunity, as code line item is to the initial code created from the that opportunity, right? So whenever you adding the any product on that, so it will be automatically syncing to the opportunity. This is out of box. If you don't want to use this, so you can just make it check, and you can apply the solution as per your business requirement. The next question is they ask me, so primary code keeps opportunity product. Let's say you are creating the opportunity product, right, and create by primary code, after is no longer primary. So that is something you don't need to change this field. Now the next day you can keep the default code validity days, right? So it will be 30, 60 as per your business, you can keep it. Now the important questions come from here. How can you create the multiple order, right? If you are not checking this checkbox, you will be not able to create the multiple orders. So first of all, you have to check this checkbox, and you can just go to the cart line, or sorry, on cart, and there is one, create the, you can add the line items in the group, and then just check the checkbox. Then in that case, you will be able to create the multiple order for the same cart, right? And the next questions they ask me, how can you disable the Salesforce CPQ out of box automation? So that this is just checking this checkbox only, you can do this, right? And the next questions they ask me, product description fields, which product description field you want to keep it, like specifications, configure description, pattern, configuration fields. So there are multiple. Theme you can also take, right? And yeah, I think that is pretty much. They ask me the questions from the this CPQ package settings. Let's keep it for now. I'll coming to the next video for explore the next questions from the Salesforce CPQ part. Stay tuned. Bye bye.